y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Bless This Mess with your bestie, Tay Ray. Today, I do not have my laptop. I'm not going to go over notes. I'm literally just going to speak from my heart and be really open with you guys and vulnerable and connect because, yeah, it's great to have like the notes and be prepared. I'm a queen of just like wanting to be prepared. But also, I feel like some of the best work comes out when you're not prepared. Honestly, and being perfect all the time and trying to be perfect is so stressful. It's like, take the stress out of it. It can be so much more simple than you think if you just go with the flow and kind of detach and not try to control everything so much, which is really hard for me sometimes. I'm a bit of a control freak, I've noticed. So, yeah, I'm just gonna wing it. Let's see how it goes. A little catch up. I was eating clean. I think it was 5 weeks. I'm not really good at like measuring things and like spans of time and this day and that day and how many pounds, but Coach Carl does all that for me. And I think he told me it was 5 weeks, but I've lost 15 pounds. So I did have my first cheat meal and it was delicious. I had pizza, the oven baked pizza, like the wood oven baked pizza with the authentic, like, pizza dough. So good. Um, but yeah, that was a good little cheat meal. I'm back to eating clean again. The funny thing about when I'm eating clean and I'm like out and about with my friends, they're always telling me, like, oh, just live a little, have a little fun. And I'm thinking, eating fried food with you isn't living a little, it's literally killing me. That's what I think in my head. I'm like, this stuff is killing us. The food is medicine. Food is either helping you or it's hurting you. And then I think of like when they're like, oh, just have a little fun. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm not having fun when I'm fat. I'm having fun when I'm fit and healthy and I feel good and I have clarity. So I think it's just so funny how we use our words. But yeah, that's the catch up. I had some pizza. I've just been working out and doing my steps every day. And I'm building something for you guys. I am literally building something from the ground up. I'm so excited to release it soon. It is so close to my heart because it's so like true to me and the way I think and just like I can't wait to get it out there for other girls because I think it's gonna be so helpful and I just want to like serve other people and help them. So yeah, I'm excited about that. So today's episode is all about sobriety and the journey of sobriety and how I personally got here, but also just tips and tricks on how to stay sober and what worked for me. And yeah, I know how intense addiction can be, how intense alcohol could be, which is why I have been really taking this diet seriously because I realized like when I stopped doing alcohol, I actually took up sugar. So I had this same loops and same patterns that I did with alcohol with sugar. And it's really just getting a hold of your flesh and having control over your mind and making sure that you are making the right decisions for you. But I noticed that when you don't go eat that piece of chocolate and give yourself the instant gratification or go do that drink and you fight the cravings and you starve your cravings, that they get quieter and quieter. But the more you're just like a little kid and you're like, oh, I want this or I need this or I've had a long day, you literally are like reinforcing, but also making that craving and that pathway in your brain so much more stronger. So that's why it's so important to have self-discipline. And that's why it's so important to make sure that you do not just do what you want to do. Like, make sure you parent yourself and you really understand the consequences. Like, our actions do have consequences. So it's like, try to be your best self and just like do not give into it. I really think that being sober has gotten me to where I am right now in life It has not been easy. The road has been really, really bumpy, but I'm finally smooth sailing now. In August, this is the month, my 6-year anniversary was August 1st for my sobriety. And it has literally been such a blessing from God. It's a gift from God. I know I couldn't have done it by myself. And I've only grown closer to Him during this process. So, yeah, it kind of broke me down. It humbled me, but it's like bringing me back with so much more confidence and clarity. And I feel like I have the peace of like a 70-year-old. And I feel like I'm really enjoying life and like the little moments of life that maybe younger people aren't necessarily slowing down to feel right now because they are drinking or giving into their cravings. And it's like, no, when you learn to fight that with self discipline, you can really, 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 really enjoy life and have all this gratitude for it and wake up so happy. It's incredible. It's really interesting. But I'm going to tell you about the journey about how I got here. So I did a alcohol implant that was not FDA approved. It's like a little pellet that they would put in my side, and I would have to get it every 3 months. But the story to how I even got there, let me tell you more. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. Um, so yeah, so basically I used to be a binge drinker, and one drink would turn into 13. So I could not just have one drink, but everyone would always tell me, "Hey, have a drink, have a drink." And I'd be looking at them like, "Please don't pressure me because I have cravings and I know one's going to turn to 13 and then that's going to turn to 2 days and then it's going to take 3 days of recovery and it's just this horrible negative loop that you're stuck in. And it's no fun for anyone. It's not fun for the people around you. It's not fun for you." So, yeah. Um I basically would do that, and I was in this vicious cycle for years, many, many years of my life. It ran in my family. My grandmother passed away from alcoholism. My mom dealt with an alcoholic mother. Like, it's definitely been in, like, around to where I knew it wasn't good, but I also, you're young, you dealt with peer pressure, you wanna fit in, so you just try it and do it anyway, and you don't really understand, like, how serious things may be. So, I've learned so much now that I'm sober where it's like, I don't give in, and I don't drink at parties, and I don't drink at dinners, and it's almost like I get the respect I wanted all along. Like, I wanted to just fit in and have friends, and it's like now that I'm not drinking, it's like I don't really fit in, but I just have this, like, really big respect from people. Um, and the relationship I really want with them, like, the one where we do stuff during the day, and it's not just like we're talking out of our, you know, 'cause we're just drunk and we're planning to go to Mexico next week. No, we're, like, really sitting together and I'm building, like, deep friendships, and that's what we all want. We all wanna be seen, we all wanna be heard, and, we all want connection. So it's like, that's what you're actually searching for. You're not really trying to get there with alcohol and a drink. Like, get the alcohol and the drink is not gonna get you there. But, yeah, those relationships I used to make were so superficial when we were drinking and going out. And the groups I would, go out with and the people I was friends with, I had to change all of that. I had to stop all of that and completely choose myself, isolate myself, say no to dinners, stay at home. I like really stayed inside the house a lot when I was like trying to get my bearings together because I knew temptation and I knew slipping back would be so easy for me. So I just knew myself and I was like, well, until I conquer this, I got to change. I got to really sit with myself and figure it out because my cravings were so intense. Um but yeah, so the journey was with me getting this alcohol implant. I basically was in Beverly Hills having happy hour, drinking 1942 with like who drinks that during the day? Anyway, so crazy. I've saved so much money now that I don't drink. And yeah, so basically I was out with the girls, we were doing happy hour, drinking 1942, and they went to work or went back home to their family, and I was just drunk, walking around Beverly Hills, lost, a little lost angel. And I remember a church appearing to the right side of me, and I looked over and I saw Tuesday confessionals. So I was like, okay, let me go in there because I am not loving my life right now, and I'm not loving this negative vicious cycle I'm in and this loop I'm in that I can't seem to get out of. So I went into the church, and y'all, I started sweating. I was sweating in there. So I'm in the church, and I do this thing just randomly. I just start apologizing to God, which I had never done before in my whole entire life. And I hadn't even talked to him or been in a church in years. And so I just started apologizing for everything I'd done, everything I'd been doing, the way I was acting. And by the end of it, I just said, you know what, God, if you're real, cure my alcoholism. That's how I know you're real. And about a week later, I was at this restaurant, Katana, in Los Angeles, and I was at the bar drunk, being loud by myself, and a guy came up to me and asked me how I was, what my name was, and I was telling him, and he was like, do you do this often? And I was like, do what? He was like, come to the bar alone and drink. And I was like, oh yeah, this is like, I'm a regular. And he was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, my girlfriend used to do this. And I was like, oh, really? And he was, telling me about her. And then he goes, yeah, I cured her alcoholism with an implant. And I was like, really? Did you? And he was like, yeah. He was like, God is really good. And he gave me a cure. And I cured her. And I go, oh, okay. He goes, if you ever want to change, if you ever want to fix this problem, I can help you. And I was like, oh, okay. So he gave me a business card, which I'm drunk. I'm like, blah, blah. I put it in my purse, forget about it. My drinking gets stronger. The cravings get stronger. It gets more reckless. It gets more dangerous. It gets more like not good. And then eventually I find that card and I call him and he's like, yeah, let's get you out here. Let's do it. And he had a laboratory and he was a doctor. And I went out there and I met his girlfriend and she was the sweetest thing ever. And she was a success story. And she really took me under her wings and just put me through the whole process that she had gone through and understood the side effects and everything I was feeling when I did it. And there were so many signs that it was from God, so many signs. And I'm still friends with her today. I love her so much. It was so divinely guided. And not all science is bad, right? When there's God involved, science can be good. It's a tool. It's something that he uses, right? So I really believe that saved my life. And she is such a blessing as well. So I did the treatment 3 months for a year straight. Now, obviously, I kept relapsing and I was in a war with myself because I was in my young 20s. I was going out, I was being social. So I was doing what a 20-year-old does, And then finally, what changed for me is when I got my relationship with God and started going to church. I found a really good church, started going. It's called His Presence. And when I went, I started building this relationship with God and getting the knowledge. And then I went to get my implant again. So I had gotten it like 5-6 times before and it wasn't working because I would just relapse and then have to get it again. It was insane. And then I got my relationship with God, understood the word, went back, really changed my friend group, really wasn't making excuses anymore, and really made up my mind I was going to do this the right way and I was going to stick to this plan because there's a plan that you're on with the implant. And that's what changed it. And then I was a success story because I had found God. And I remember Amanda is her name. She used to read the Bible to me and she was so full of faith and such an earth angel. And that was just such an interesting moment in my life because everyone around me was like, don't do it. Like, it's not good. No one's ever used it before. You're a guinea pig. You're a lab, experiment, da, da, da. And if I would have listened to all those people, I wouldn't be here where I am right now. And instead I was obedient to God and the signs that he was showing and telling me. and he cured me. And so now it's like I have to tell everyone 6 years later, I'm telling everyone I'm a little late to the party, but I'm happy I'm doing it. I'm getting the courage because as women, we don't want to share those imperfections. But what I've noticed is that we do not connect through being perfect. We connect through our imperfections and our flaws. So if this like why would I go through all of this if I wasn't here to tell someone else about it or try to help them, right? And I do believe that it was God, but I also do believe it was me showing up and making the decisions and saying no and choosing the gym over going to a bar and all these little daily habits that I would do as well. Um and I'm forever grateful. It is a gift from God. God has blessed me with sobriety. And yeah, it's been incredible, you guys. I'm living the life of my dreams right now. I am so confident and so happy and feel so sexy in my mind and body and just feel like my future's really bright. His goodness, right? His goodness is so good. And he will never give up on us. So we cannot give up on ourselves. We have to keep going. Whatever God is saying to you, right? It doesn't matter what your sister says, what your mom says, what your best friends say. Like, you can hear from God, just you. And if it's showing up over and over and over again, then that means that God wants you to talk about it or to make that thing or pursue that career. If you cannot stop thinking about it and it keeps coming back around, there is a reason. And you can go ask 50 people, but they do not know the answer. Only God does. So you have a direct line to him. So you can literally call upon him and be like, hey, what are we doing? What is this about? My best way to do it is I journal because I like to see it. But yeah, he has definitely gone through this with me. And we have had moments of laughter, of crying, of pain. He's seen it all, we've done it all, and now we're in this victory state, and, ugh, it's so good, but I would love to bring more awareness to the implant. I know of some doctors that know about it. I know of some, scientists and people that have done test labs with it. Obviously not the exact one I had, but they have like different ones and things. And so I want to keep learning about it and I want to keep helping people because addiction is probably the hardest thing to get over by yourself. And it does kind of take a village to get through it. And I feel like everyone either has had an addiction, been around an addict, like knows someone who's really hurt themselves, like so many different things. When you are drinking, you're not only hurting yourself, you're hurting other people. And you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive the people who hurt you. You have to get out of victim mentality and stop blaming everyone and take full responsibility for yourself and your life. And these things take a lot of strength. But if you can not just call on your own strength, but call on God and trust him, it can be so much easier. I've tried to do it all by myself, and then I've tried to do it with God. And I can tell you, it is so much easier. So yeah, I just wanted to chit chat about this and talk to you girlies about it because, the mind is the most powerful thing that we can get control of. And obviously, I really believe in prayer because I think it saved my life. Prayer saves lives. And I wish that this implant was out there more so it could save and help more people's lives. It's like that thing saved my life. 120% that thing saved my life. And I know the formula to do it. So I'm like, I wish I could just get more resources behind me so I could really help make it and bring awareness to it. But yeah, science with God in the middle of it is really powerful. They can go together. People are always like, oh, it's science or it's God. No, it's both. And when both come together, it's a magical, powerful thing. So don't X out one, don't X out the other. Both. Have both of them in your life. I love chit-chatting with y'all. This is fun. I'm just like rambling now. What else can we talk about? I've been getting a blowout every week, which I'm loving. I haven't done that before. You just get it once a week and then you let it be dirty that many days, but it looks good and you just dry shampoo. Oh, no worries in the world. It's so nice. Been doing that. Obviously, get my spray tans. Oh, I've been buying myself flowers. I like just started doing that. I used to only give flowers away, but now I'm buying them for myself and letting them stay with me, and it's really nice to look at a flower. I'm also creating something for you girlies. I'm so excited to be creating this. I don't know if I've already told you, but I'm so excited. It's going to be so cute what I'm making, putting all my mind, all my wisdom, all my heart and soul into it. So I can't wait to release it and to keep making and creating stuff for the girls because kind of like a passion of mine. Like I like creating. I love being inspired and want to keep doing what I'm doing. Yeah, you guys. So I'm just going to keep sharing my wisdom and knowledge and fun little things I'm learning along the way, like I told y'all before. And hopefully we just keep connecting. And I'm just going to keep opening up to you guys, even if it's scary or it's a little vulnerable for me, because I want to help others and want to be a girl's girl and show up for the girls. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all next week. Until then, stay blessed, beauties. I'll see you next time on Bless This Mess. Woo! God blessed this mess. Girl, it was a mess. Bring your brooms, because it was a mess.